about that. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. So let's go ahead and go to the other side. I might wait until I get some people back on here. Okay, I got someone. All right, sorry about that. My Wi-Fi went out for a second there. So we're gonna go back into those knee folds. So finding that same constructive rest position, slight tuck of the tailbone under, feet in nice and tight towards the glutes, arms down by your side. Lifting left knee up over left hip flexor, and then tap the left big toe down and away from where it started. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, tap lower down. And we're here for 8, using those strong lower abs. Sometimes as I lift the knee up over the hip flexor, I give my pelvic floor a little squeeze as well. Strong breath. We're halfway there for 5. And release. Last 3, 2, and 1. Stabilizing through the pelvis, relifting the left knee up, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, actively flexing the left toes, arms open up to a T, pressing the left knee away. Inhale here. Exhale, release both legs over to the right. Shift the gaze to the left. As you breathe, expanding left rib cage. And exhale, letting go. Legs return to center. Floating the right foot up off the mat. Thread your legs, arms through. Grab onto the back of the right thigh. A little rocking side to side. I'm starting to mess up my words here because I was a little frazzled with the internet connection problem. And if you'd like, reaching the right leg up towards the sky as well. And releasing your right foot down to the mat, left foot down to the mat. Hands cup your rib cage, close your eyes. Let's take 5 deep breaths here. Inhale, expanding right rib cage. And exhale, knitting the ribs closer together. Breathing in. Breathing out. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the muscles in the face. Then gently float the eyes back open, arms down by your side for support. Let's glue the inner thighs all the way together and point the toes. Floating both knees up over the hip flexors. Tiny range of motion here. Inhale, slowly bring the legs down towards the mat, and exhale, lifting up. So small range of motion here because we want to keep that neutral spine so lower back is down to the mat. If you start to feel your low back lifting up off the mat, find a smaller range of motion. In this one, you should really feel in the lower abdominals. And as you bring the knees back up over the hips, squeezing the pelvic floor, squeezing the inner thighs. And we'll be here for 3. Lift. 2. And 1. Let's go knees to the chest. Glue the inner thighs together and stir the knees in the same direction. And gently reverse that motion. We'll go knees up over the hips and tabletop. We're going into our 100. So shins are parallel with the floor. Arms reach up to the sky, energy through the fingertips. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, lift the shoulders and start pumping for your 100. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're more than welcome to stay here or reach your legs out long at that 45-degree angle. Heels together, toes apart, finding that external rotation all the way from the tips of your toes into the outer hip. Curl up a little higher for me, last 3 rounds. Exhale. 2. Exhale. And 1. Exhale. And resting all the way down to the mat. Again, stir the knees in the same direction. And reverse that motion. All right, let's reach the legs out long on the mat. Let's bring the feet over towards the right side of the mat, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Reaching the arms up and overhead, then stretching the arms all the way over to the right for our banana stretch. Keeping the shoulders grounded. We'll be here for 3 deep breaths. And last one. Arms come back to center, uncrossing the left ankle. Walk the feet over towards the left side of your mat, crossing right ankle over left. Then breathe in. And breathe out, stretching over to the left. Right shoulder stays grounded. Right sits bone stays grounded. And everything comes back to center. All right, so bring your feet in line with your hip joints. We're going into single leg circles, arms down by your side. Floating the right leg up towards the sky. Soften through that right knee. So I do single leg circles a little bit different than some instructors. Some instructors make it really about the outer hip and the leg. I'm going to make it about those lower abs that we just worked quite a bit in our knee folds. So bring your fingertips towards your hip bones here, and I want you to keep a stable pelvis through the entire exercise. So it's a very small range of motion. You cross over the midline of your body and circle up and around to the right. Inhale as you start. Exhale as you finish. Slight tuck of the chin towards the chest, finding length to the back of your neck. And if you feel a lot of tension in that hip flexor, consider softening through that right knee a little more for our last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, and we'll reverse. We're going out to the right, up and in to the left. Contracting the quad a little bit. Here's 8. Exhale. 6. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right knee towards the chest. Actively flex the toes towards the nose. Inhale here. Exhale me all the way over towards the right underarm. Deep opening through the hip. Now let's circle the leg nice and wide, crossing the knee over the midline of the body. And reverse that motion. From here, let's cross the right knee all the way over the midline of the body to the left. Reach the right arm long, gazing out over the fingertips. Supine twist. Right shoulder is grounded. Last deep breath. And we'll return back to center. Give the right knee one last little hug. Then slowly with control, releasing the right leg down towards the mat. All right, let's go left leg up towards the sky. Pointing the toes, soften through the knee. So if you have tight hips like me, sometimes we tend to hike up the hip where the leg is up towards the sky. So really shoot that sits bone out long and then keep the core in tight to hold this position here. Hands on top of your hip bones, pointing the toe, crossing over the midline of the body, circle up and around to the left. Tiny range of motion, drawing the circle with your big toe. halfway there. Keep flexing those right toes. It's hard to remember everything, I know. 3, 2, 1, and we'll reverse. We go out to the left, up and over the midline of the body. As you come over the midline of the body, connecting into the right obliques, rib cage is pulled in tight. And we're in our home stretch for 5. Exhale. 4. Here's 2. And 1. Let's go left knee towards the chest, flex the toes towards the nose. Inhale here. Exhale, knee over towards the left underarm. Some wide circles here, crossing the knee over the midline of the body. And reverse that motion. All right, let's cross the knee all the way over the midline of the body to the right. Reach the left arm long, gazing out over the fingertips, supine twist. Left shoulder is grounded if possible. Inhale, expanding left rib cage. Exhale, letting go. And legs come back to center. Let's ground down towards the feet. So we're going into our bridge work. Arms down by your side, gently curl the tailbone to the sky. Inhale, exhale up into your shoulder bridge. So let's hold at the top here. Draw the belly button towards the spine, and then check in. We don't want that sway to the low back, so slight tuck of the tailbone under here. So lower ribs are connected towards the hip bones. Then starting at the chest, gently melt all the way back down towards the mat. Relaxing the glutes, relaxing the hips. Just give it a little wiggle if you need to. And then again, curling up and releasing down. Little massage for the back body here. We'll go through 4 more rounds. Feel free to close your eyes, enjoying the sensation through your body and riding your spine like a wave through your body. Here's your last 2. And your last one. All right, you're more than welcome to stay with this exercise. We're going into jackknife this morning. It's a pretty challenging intermediate exercise, so you're more than welcome to practice your rolling bridges. Maybe you choose to lift the arms up and overhead as well. But if you'd like to come into jackknife, I'll have you go ahead and prop your legs up towards the sky. Or excuse me, sorry, we're going into a shoulder stand there. Arms down by your side. Reach the legs out at a 45-degree angle. We'll inhale, exhale, go up and over, tap the toes. Inhale, now legs reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, slowly roll down towards the mat. Really squeeze those heels together. Using a little bit of momentum, a little bit of push to go up and over. And releasing down towards the mat. Try to keep your head down the entire time. Really using that strength of your core on the way down towards the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, releasing down. We're halfway there. Here's 5. And 4. Last 3, pushing through. Really slow it down for your last 2. and 1. We'll hold when we're up and over. If you're in your bridge, hold your bridge up. Let's take 5 deep breaths. Really focus on filling up the mid-back. Last 2. And 1. Lifting the legs up to the sky. Rolling down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Long body stretch. Letting all of that go. All right, let's go ahead and prop ourselves up onto our elbows for hip circles. So elbows right below the shoulders. Let's go ahead and find our legs at a 45-degree angle. So your hips will move this time. So we do not need that pelvic stability that we have for a majority of our workout so far. Now, if you're really tight in the hip flexors, you're more than welcome to bend the knees a little bit. So legs go over to the right. They go down, left, and up to center. Reverse, we go left, down, right, center. Inhale as you start your circle, exhale as you finish it. And this is more of an up and down motion than a side to side motion. Finding your obliques as you circle around to the top. We have 6 more rounds. Relaxing the back of your neck. Here's 4. Exhale. 3. 2. And 1. Let's slowly come all the way up. Scoot our bottoms back. We'll go into our spine stretch. Feet are open to the width of the mat. Flex the toes towards the nose. Arms reach out in front of you. Growing tall off the sits bones. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the belly button towards the spine. Slowly rounding forward. Inhale while you're down. Exhale, starting from the low back all the way up to seated. So articulation is really great. Keeping the spine healthy, keeping it mobile. Finding a stretch through the muscles and building that mind-body connection here. Last spine stretch, I'll have you hold that C curve through your spine. Really hollow out through center. Hook the belly button up and in. We're going to use this foundation in our next exercise. Now walk your hands forward, melt your heart down towards your thighs, reaching for the calves, the ankles, or the heels, finding a deeper stretch through the hamstrings. Now when you're ready, inhale, begin to roll up. Exhale, coming all the way up to the top. Roll the shoulders down your back a couple times. And roll them forward. All right, we're going to go into our rolling series. We're going to do 3 different rolling exercises this morning. If you're not carpet like me, it's going to be a little bit harder to keep yourself stable. But that's all right. If you're on the wood floor, maybe you'll choose to put a blanket down or an extra mat on top to protect your spine. So let's go ahead and grab the ankles for rolling like a ball. You're welcome to hold right here, or you can grab behind the knees to modify. So again, just like in our spine stretch, really hollow out through center. We'll roll back, inhale between the shoulder blades, and exhale, balance at the top. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, rise up. And again, inhale. Exhale. Try to keep those heels in nice and tight. For 3. Come all the way up to the sits bones for 2. Last one. And stretch your legs out. Hips back, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, mounting forward. And we'll roll all the way up to seated. Scoot your bottom forward again for open leg rocker. This one's slightly more challenging than rolling like a ball. To modify, you're going to keep the shins parallel with the floor, soft point through the toes, grabbing behind the knees. Really pull the shoulder blades together down your back, lift the crown of the head up to the sky. You're welcome to stay here or reach your legs up high, grabbing onto the ankles or the calves. When you're ready, inhale, roll back between the shoulders. Exhale, balance at the top. We're going for 10 rounds. Attempting to roll in a straight line. And stopping yourself before you roll onto your neck. Here's 3, 2, last one. Hold at the top, knees can be bent or legs can be straight. Bring the legs together, heels together, toes apart. Reach your hands up towards the sky for 5, 4, grow taller, 3, 2, and 1. Open your legs up to the width of the mat. Flex the toes towards the nose. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, melt forward. And roll all the way up. All right, here comes our last rowing exercise. It's called seal. I don't think I've taught it live yet. So I'll turn and face you so you can see how you have to put your hands. So your hands go through the inside of your legs and grab for the outside of your ankles. And you're going to balance like so. It's kind of a silly exercise, but it's super challenging for your core. This is a level 3 exercise. So again, hands spread through the inside of the legs, grabbing for the outside of your ankles. Now finding your sits bones, bring your feet up off the mat. We're going to clap the heels together for 3, 2, 1. Roll back, clap, 3, 2, 1. Roll all the way up to the top. Got to clap nice and fast. Again, 3, 2, 1. Roll back, 3, 2, 1, and roll up. And if you're not getting those claps overhead, that's all right. It's a challenging exercise, and not every rep is going to be perfect. Strong inhale on the way back, hold, exhale to the top. Let's do 2 more. And again, attempting to roll in a straight line. Last one. And scooting all the way back. All right, we're going into our spine twist. So stacking your forearms up on top of each other. Actively flex the toes towards the nose, but consciously relaxing those hip flexors. Lower back is strong, lower abs are strong. We inhale and center. Exhale, double pulse to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, double pulse to the left. Growing tall every single time. Try to stabilize through those lower abs as much as possible. Last 5 rounds. The opposite obliques are always pulling you back to center, drawing the belly button in tight. Relax the jaw. Here's our last 2 rounds. Last time. All right, nice job. Glue the legs all the way together. Fingertips are facing forward, and then hands are below the shoulders. I'm going to show you the modification for this exercise. If you'd like a modification, bend your knees, heels are down firm to the mat, spreading your toes wide, lifting your hips up, and hold here. If you'd like, you can come into your reverse plank, but keep the knees a little soft so we're not locking out here. And we'll hold for 10, and 8, Last 6. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips are down. Cross your ankles. Let's go ahead, finding a pike or a downward facing dog. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Walk the hands back towards the feet. We're going 3 rounds of our Pilates push-up. Nice and fast. Heels together, toes apart. Roll all the way up to standing. Roll the shoulders down your back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Rolling down and forward. Walk the hands out. 3, 2, 1. Strong plank position. You can always release the knees down. Uncurl the toes. We're going to take a 2-inch bend through our elbows and push. And 2. Push. Last 1. Push. Hips to the sky. So when we make that tiny 2-inch bend, we're isolating the rhomboids. It's not your traditional push-up. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Rolling down and forward. And again, walk out. Drive back through the heels. When you're ready, 2-inch bend. And push. Hips stay in line with the heart. Push. Last 1. Push. Hips up high. Walking back. Here's your last time. Heels together, toes apart. Rolling up. Roll the shoulders down your back. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the heart. Rolling down. Hands walk out. Tuck that tailbone under. Abs are tight. Home stretch. Push. For 2. Push. And 1. Push. Knees meet the mat. Uncurl the toes. Find your extended child's pose. Walk the hands back towards the body. We'll sit back on our heels. Let's go chin to the chest. And rock the chin from shoulder to shoulder. Releasing any built-up tension to the back of the neck or the jaw. And full neck rolls. Be gentle when you drop your head back. And reverse that motion. Let's flip the head up over the body. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. And we'll be all finished for today. Thank you all so much for sticking in there with me when I lost my connection. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday.